Hello, I'm Dr. Meghan. I'm a board certified physician in internal medicine, lifestyle medicine, and obesity medicine. And this is really important because I actually talk to patients about their weight all the time. I actually prescribe these medications all the time. I've helped hundreds of patients lose weight, and I'm here to help you too. So if you're confused about your weight, if you have questions about weight medicine, and if you want medically based answers to your weight questions, you are in the right place. Welcome. How do I stop sugar and diet pop? I'm on Zepbound. What could I replace it with? I need ideas. Okay. So a lot of people find that their appetite changes on a GLP-1 medication for the better. Some people find that these foods I used to crave, I'm just not craving them anymore. But that is not the case for everybody. There are going to be some patients, and quite a few actually, that really find that their appetite doesn't change, that they still like the same foods. And that can be kind of difficult for people because maybe their appetites change, but their food they like to eat hasn't really changed at all, or they've heard from other people who've had very different experiences, and they feel like, I really still like everything pretty much how I did. So I think when people are on these medications, it does require a lot of life changes anyway. And this is always a great time to make food changes. So I applaud you for thinking about that. And I always like to move people away from the chemical foods, right? We are not science experiments. We are not lab projects. The food, the ingredients in our food should not be hard to pronounce. As always, you guys know that I should get royalties from this book because I recommend it all the time, but that's because it's really good. This is Michael Pollan's Food Rules, and it's really good common sense advice. It's a great starting point for a lot of people if you are looking for ideas. But, when it comes to drinks, I'm really I'm kind of like team boring for everything because healthy things are usually boring. So the boring drink is water. And that's what we evolved to drink. That's what our bodies do best with. And that's what I usually suggest for people. That's what I drink. Is it exciting? No. Is it really good for you? Yes. You will get used to it, right? If you change from diet soda to water, yeah, it's going to be different. But the thing about soda, diet soda, any sort of sweetened drink is I do tend to find in patients that sometimes it makes cravings worse because it gets your body used to expecting something sweet all the time, like in between meals, when normally we would not be eating in between meals and we would not be having sweet food in between meals. But when we have the sugary drinks, it kind of sets you up for that type of craving, even if it's a diet drink. So this question is not for the people who are like, I'm not giving up my Diet Coke. You can skip this question. I'm not telling you have to, but if people are looking for things to change, that's always, I think, switching over as much to water as possible, unsweetened iced tea, unsweetened coffee. Yeah, so overall, I'm a big fan of just whatever you're drinking, choose the unsweetened version: water, unsweetened tea, unsweetened coffee. I am not a huge fan of those electrolyte packets because if you're not eating a lot, that's a separate problem, and you need to go over that with your doctor because you don't want to get malnourished. But I don't think the answer is just putting these packets of chemicals in your water, because for most people, anybody who's on this medication for weight, anybody that I put on this medication for weight, their kidneys are going to be working. So I'm not really worried about their hydration status. Can you get dehydrated on this medication? Absolutely. But you need to be talking with your doctor. And if you are dehydrated, the answer is usually a bigger picture answer of like what's going wrong, why are you getting dehydrated, how are we going to fix that root cause, and not let's just give you some electrolytes, right? So usually if everything's going well for somebody, their kidneys work in general, and they're eating properly, I don't feel the need to give people electrolytes. So I think those are kind of a scam. I love infused water in terms of like put a little lemon juice or lime juice or whatever sort of, citrus of choice. I think that can be a nice alternative for people. Mint, things like that, I think are interesting ways to experiment. But yes, I would cut out the sweetened drinks and challenge yourselves. Try doing like a month of just water and unsweetened beverages, unsweetened seltzer water. Like, try it for a month and see what happens. And then come back and tell us about it. So I hope this helps. Check out that book. It's really good. And then just moving away from added sugars. Just keep the sugar for the things that you really are going to enjoy being sweet. Cookies, brownies, ice cream. Those are the places we want sugar. We don't want sugar in things where we're not really going to appreciate things, where we don't need them to be sweet all the time. So what a great question. And please keep us updated. As always, if you have a question, you can leave it on this video or on another video. If you want to work with me directly, I do work with people as a life coach to help with the non-medical aspects of weight loss. So if you're somebody who's on a medication, but you're like, I still have a very difficult relationship with food, it's kind of a hot mess, I need guidance, or you can't get yourself to the gym, or you're not on a medication, you really want to try to not be on one in the future. These are just some of the many topics that I help people with. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, I will put a link down below. We can definitely chat about it. If you're not subscribed to this channel already, subscribe, because it's the place for medically based answers to your weight questions. Thank you so much for watching, and please be well.